Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest. And today I've got from Wet n Wild the new Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint. This has 5% niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, peony extract. I picked it up in two different shades, Fair Beige and Rosy Light. This retails for $8.99 on the Wet n Wild website, but I'm seeing it on the drugstore websites for $7.49, and that's for 1.08 fluid ounces or 32 milliliters of product. So at least at the drugstore, that's about $7 an ounce, which is fantastic. Glad to see that Wet n Wild hasn't been hit by the $20 drugstore price bug that seems to be going around. This is, now I don't have my phone with me because it's charging, and I'm taking a risk here. I'm filming this before I gotta go to work, and I'm short on time, but I really couldn't wait to try this, and I much prefer my first impressions to be on camera, and otherwise I was not gonna be able to, I was gonna break my own rule, so I'm gonna film it, but I got to go. So I read the information. It is sheer to medium buildable, non-detectable kind of coverage. They're looking for a natural kind of a finish. I think I'm going to go with the Fair Beige, the slightly lighter of the two, of course. Let's take a look at this one, these two shades, swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time. The first two swatches are today's foundation, the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint. The first swatch is in Fair Beige, and the second is in Rosy Light. Third up, I've got from Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Fourth is the MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. And last, I've got from Wet n Wild, the Tinted Hydrator in Fair. Yes, Ziva. I'm swatching right now. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 49-year-old face. I did prime with another new thing from Wet n Wild. This is the Impossible Primer in the stick format. It's a silicone-free primer. I love the Impossible Primer in a tube, so I've already got that on. It is that kind of a cooling sensation when you apply it, so that was nice for the process of waking up. I got a few other Wet n Wild new things. They have this really cool, I like this, Physicians Formula does this too, where you can build your own bundle of a handful of products and basically get them all at a discount. So I got 5 things. If you would like, should I do a Wet n Wild video of some of their new stuff and just put it all together? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let's take a look at the consistency. It looks like we have a dropper. Well, I didn't really get much in that one, did I? There we go. Not a fan of the dropper. Let's just put that out there. Don't mind my nails. I picked all my nail polish off yesterday, except for my pinkies. It's been a week. It's been a week, y'all. I am going to go in on one side of my face with a damp sponge. The other side, oh, I have a mess. It's all falling. BK Beauty 101 brush. Yeah, this Fair Beige looks all right on here. Insider secret, I don't film the swatches until after I film the first part of the foundation review. So even though you already saw the swatches, I haven't seen them yet. Let's see here. All right, let's start with the sponge. Did I say? I think I forgot to say they have 27 shades in this line. Wet n Wild does a good job with shade range. I mean, I wouldn't mind 10 more, but but we've been spoiled by these 40 shade releases. Pretty light coverage with the sponge, not too much soaked up, so that's a good thing, but I'd say it's pretty sheer. Little bit of redness correction, but a pretty sheer application with the sponge. Let's try the brush side. I was hoping this Fair Beige was going to be neutral, and I think I gambled correctly. It is pretty neutral. I usually like their rosy shades, which is why I also got a rosy shade. But, you know, at this price point, you can buy a couple and get yourself a perfect shade match, you know? Yeah, slightly higher coverage with the brush, as would be anticipated. I like this finish. It is, they called it a satin finish in their description, and so far I have to agree. Yeah, you get just a nice light coverage, I would say, with the brush compared to the sponge. If you're going for sheer, go sponge, but you know I like to cover up my sunspots here, so let's go back into what I got left here. Try and even out this coverage a little. And of course, you know I gotta get a little more on that blue blood vessel going through my face. Alright, that's everything that I pumped or squeezed or droppered out. What would you say? What would you call that? I am taking this up a little bit under my eyes. Should I test it as concealer today? Yeah, because I don't have time to go digging through concealer. I might come in here with a extra little dab and try and do a one... I don't know what that was. There's a lot of product on the tip of my bottle here, so I'm just gonna take that with my fingers. Cause waste not, want not. Is that how that phrase goes? Is that the saying? Alright, concealer. Cause your girl has some dark circles. Your girl's got some bags. Look at this. I showered this morning and when my hair is like freshly washed, it does not like to be clipped back or headbanded back, so I'm probably ruining my bangs for the rest of the week. But it is what it is. Okay, here we go. What is on my eyebrow? I don't even know. Yeah, much better coverage. Look at that. Look at that. Yep, I'm okay with this. I'd call this light medium. We are in a good place. Let's zoom you guys in so you can see what I see. I like the finish. Nice. Not super dewy, but it's like nice satin. It is settling a little into my under eye bags. Let's just tap that out. That could just be too much product. Actually, I think it was too much product applied on my part because I feel some excess here. It's, like on my nose, I can just see it on top of the skin just a smidge. It still might settle down over time. It's still got that potential. It's not settling into lines. I'm just making sure I got the corners of my mouth here. It's just one of those things. I think at a conversational distance, it's beautiful. And up close, I can just see it a tiny bit sitting on the skin. On my forehead, on my nose, on my chin. I would say it is doing a pretty nice job with the blurring of pores and texture. That also could be the Impossible Primer, because the Impossible Primer is impossibly good. It's really, 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 really good. We'll see. I'm assuming the stick is going to be a very similar experience to the one that comes in a tube that I love. It's one of my favorite primers. I usually do wear primer underneath my foundations because without it, most foundations would fail, so we don't want that. You know, that's not useful to anybody. So yeah, you know, on camera, like at a distance, this is looking really nice, I think. All right, let me check the time. Now I can't show it to you because I'm looking at it on my iPad like that I do my little filming on. It's 9:52 a.m. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. We're gonna call it 10. Let me go put the rest of my face on as quickly as I can because I have to leave in like 23 minutes. I will be right back. All right, back with the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Niacinamide. I did not have to set this with powder, so everything blended just fine on the rest of my face. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. Palm Desert Bronzer. None of this is going to surprise you. Palm Desert Bronzer. Serengeti highlight from What's Up Beauty. I tried the brand new from Wet n Wild Mega Glow Lip and Cheek Color in the shade Rosy Romance, and it was beautiful. It'd be great for no makeup, but it was not enough color for me today, so I did put a tiny bit of my Lawless Juicy Watermelon on top. My eyes, when I'm in a rush, this eye look is so fast to put together and looks so much more like it took longer than it did. It's the Dragon Eye palette from What's Up Beauty. I adore this palette. I love this palette. I love this palette so much. This is my go-to eye look. I love it. I love it so much. What's Up Beauty also mascara. I used the CoverGirl Perfect Point liner for my waterline today. And e.l.f. Brow Lift is back in my life. Oh, and let's forget the filler. Juicy Watermelon. As I said, no surprises. All right, I gotta go to work. It is crud weather today. Rainy, gloomy. We're supposed to have thunderstorms. Like, ew. Not that I don't like rain. Like, I'm fine with the rain. Rain's fine. Sun is trying to kill me. But it's just gloomy out. Foggy. It's gloomy. It's gloomy. It's gloomy. It actually kind of warms my soul in a weird way. Okay, I'm going to go to work. Mood. Hashtag mood. Right, Ziva? Well, she is staring at herself in the mirror, and it is creeping me out. Do you see her with her ears back? You probably can't see her. Oh my goodness, what is happening? I always think she sees ghosts or something. Like, what is she looking at? Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Let's just go. I'll be back with a daylight check-in, assuming I can find some daylight. And then I'll be back tonight, give you guys my final thoughts. Hey all, crazy day. It is after 7 o'clock, and I'm just getting around to checking in. I'm trying to face the light here. And, it's raining. It's been crazy weather. The sky is a really strange color right now. Like, it's not just sunset color. It's a really weird color. But here we are with the foundation. First look I'm getting at of it as well. Hold off rain. Yeah, it's 7:32 p.m. right now. Looks like it has held up pretty well. My nose might be a little red, and maybe I'm losing a little coverage there. Maybe a little coverage lost on my chin, but looks all right so far. We'll wrap this up in a bit. I'll come back tonight. We'll see. Oh, it's starting to rain again. 9:52 p.m. That puts us right around the 12-hour mark. Yeah, that puts us right around the 12-hour mark. Let's take a look at how the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint held up. Well, upon closer inspection, my observation at our check-in outdoors was accurate. I've lost a bunch of coverage on my nose and my chin, which is kind of a bummer because I can't believe I'm about to say this. I did not have to blow my nose today. The Nasacort has finally kicked in. So anywhere off on my nose is actually just the product disappearing from normal wear of the day, and it did disappear a bit on my chin as well. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm seeing. Yeah, there's just a lot of product missing on my nose. Blush bronzer highlight are still intact. Okay, I'm going to need to insert some video of Charlie chasing her tail right now. She's standing on the lamp right next to my vanity, and yeah. So, back to the zoom in. Missing product on my upper lip, missing product on my chin, so that redness is coming through. My chin's a little bit gunked up. You know, it kind of moved around a bit. But I said, blush bronzer highlight's still intact. As concealer, it kind of did settle into some lines and did not keep its coverage there. It only settled into my deepest chin line. It did not settle into my forehead lines, although my forehead looks a little bit, oh, I don't know, plasticky. And it did cake up just a little bit in between my eyebrows on that texture that I've got going on there. So at the 12-hour mark, I would say it's about done at this point. It's not a terrible degradation. It doesn't look awful. I wouldn't be embarrassed to be seen with it, but it probably was done around 7 p.m. as opposed to 10 p.m. So it's more of a 9 to 10 hour foundation, I would say. So if I had to give a grade to the Wet n Wild Bare Focus, it's very comfortable, I'll say that. The finish is pretty. It's a nice satin, you know, in between matte and dewy. It's not too much of either one. I don't feel dry or uncomfortable. Very minor line settling, although, you know, it did split apart on this smile line just a bit. So as far as maturing skin, it might not behave the best with lines, but it is decently smoothing and blurring to pores and texture. If I had to give a grade, I wish I could go A, but I feel like I have to go B+. So we're gonna go B+ on this one. It's close. I would wear it again. I will wear it again. But it's gotta get up a little higher it needs a little bit more zhuzh for the maturing skin if it's gonna be an A excellent foundation. It's very good. Very, very good. I'll give it 2 varies. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. If you like foundation reviews, if you had fun with this one, give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments. A, should I do a Wet n Wild video? The few new things that I picked up from them. And B, what other foundations would you like to see? Or concealers, or eyeshadow, or anything. What else would you like to see me check out? Let me know in the comments down below. I keep a running list. I buy stuff whenever I can. Check me out also on Patreon. I have some behind the scenes type stuff. I post sales whenever I find good stuff over there. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.